rode behind another corn planter, just like the one Caleb was driving. A Mexican native, half mestizo and half Nahua, Domingo was a striking figure, tall and proud. He wore his black hair long and loose, hanging past his shoulders under a wide-brimmed Amish hat that once belonged to Caleb. Even the hat had a heroic story behind it. More than just a trusted hired hand, Domingo had become almost like a son to him. Reared by his father to be a Nahua warrior, Domingo wouldn't hesitate to put his own life in danger to protect Caleb's family from bandits. Late last summer, after the confrontation in which Aaron was killed, it was Domingo who, along with Jake Weaver, tracked El Pantera north to his stronghold at Diablo Canyon and rescued Rachel, Caleb's 19-year-old daughter. It was a debt Caleb knew he could never repay. Domingo's planter stopped halfway down a row, and he craned his neck. He appeared to be watching something in the road behind Caleb, and when he climbed off the seat of the planter and started trotting across the field toward the driveway, Caleb looked over his shoulder to see what was happening. A solitary rider approached from the west on a painted pony, cantering along in no particular hurry, and not looking like much of a threat. His sombrero hung behind his neck, and there was a bandolier of bullets bouncing against his chest. A bandit. As the rider slowed and turned in, Caleb climbed off his planter and met Domingo at the lane. The two of them stood shoulder to shoulder, watching, waiting. "I know this one," Domingo said. "Alvarez. He rides with El Pantera, but my father trusted him." "I know him too," Caleb said. "He has been here before." The bandit stopped his horse in front of them and dismounted. He was a dark, leather-faced man with a huge mustache and a thick head of coal-black hair. The butts of two cross-draw pistols peeked out the front of his jacket. "Hola, Domingo," he said, thumping Domingo's chest like an old friend. "You have become a man since I saw you last. It has been a long time, my young friend." "Sí, Alvarez," Domingo nodded. "The last time we met was before my father fell at Zacatecas." His hand drew the sign of the cross on his chest as he said this, and Caleb made a mental note of it. It was the first time he had ever seen his young friend use any kind of Christian gesture. "A good man," the bandit said solemnly. He then looked at Caleb and added, "Perhaps you do not remember, Senor, but I have been here before." "See, I thought you looked familiar. You are welcome to water your horse, and if you're hungry—" "Gracias, but no. I will let the horse drink, and then I must be on my way." As the three of them walked up toward the trough by the windmill, the bandit said, "It is no accident that I stopped here today. I bring news, and it concerns both of you." Domingo eyed him cautiously. "News of El Pantera?" It seemed to Caleb that Domingo always knew what was coming. Alvarez nodded. 2 days ago, I stopped for the night in Diablo Canyon. The men in the bunkhouse were full of talk about a young whelp who turned back El Pantera and 5 of his best men in the pass at El Ojo. He grinned at Domingo, and his fingers curled into a fist as he added, "It seems the blood of a cattle flows strong in his son's veins." Domingo shrugged. "It was a narrow pass. A child could have held it. But a child would not have broken half the bones in El Pantera's body, would he?" "So, El Pantera is still alive?" Locked in a fight to the death, Domingo and the bandit leader had fallen together from a cliff. The fall had nearly killed Domingo, but the fate of El Pantera remained a mystery until now. "See, he lives," the bandit said, "but he is not the same man. His left arm was so badly shattered that he lost the use of the hand, and he has only recently begun to ride a horse again. They say he is half crazy."